magic, black magic. You used black magic when you took hold of me. You told me that your love was true, but all the time you were casting up hoodoo black magic. Will you ever let me, will you ever set me free? Black magic, black magic. You used black magic when you made me want you so. But I know you used a mojo hand with powers to hoodoo a mojo man. Black magic, will you ever let me, will you ever set me free? Hocus pocus and my love was just for you. Alakazam, now you leave me feeling blue. Black magic, black magic. You used black magic when you took hold of me. You told me that your love was true, but all the time you were casting up hoodoo black magic. Will you ever let me, will you ever set me free? Black magic. Will you ever let me, will you ever set me free? Will you ever let me, will you ever set me free? Will you ever let me, will you ever set me free? Country, I got a neighbor, his name's Joe. Me and Joe don't get along just so. So one day I decided I was gonna fix his clock, and that puny mother sucker never knows. Now old Joe, he grows a garden out behind his house, the prettiest fucking garden you've ever seen. One day I stuck out through the grass and watched his little scroungy ass, and when he got inside I got real mean. Now I stomped on his tomatoes, and I pissed on his potatoes, and I shit all over his fucking sugar beets. And then I got my dick real hard and jacked off in that sucker's yard, and got my rocks all over his cabbage leaves. I showed that little sucker, didn't I? Thought I was cutting a big old hog in there. Didn't know what was gonna happen next. Listen here. Now I left there tipping like a mouse and made my way back to my house. But when I got there, things were kind of quiet. I heard somebody moan and groan, and I thought, what the hell is going on? And I peeked through the window and I saw a terrible sight. It was Joe and my wife in the bed, and in my wife's ass I saw his head, and I thought, that son of a bitch ain't got no sense. And he never did come up for air, and there amongst the fur and hair, he was having a full-course meal at my expense. Now a time or two he coughed and spit, and my wife screamed and almost shit, and I thought that motherfucker would never stop. But he finally quit and grabbed his pants, and up the road I watched him dance, acting like old Johnny on the spot. Oh, I fucked up his eating, and he ate up my fucking. I didn't know the bastard was the kind that went for sucking. Well, I was in his garden, he was in my cornfield shucking, and now my wife is throwing rocks at me. Now the moral of this story is, don't ever pick for shit. You might not know the trouble you'll be starting. Just let your fucking neighbor be and think about what happened to me. And most of all, don't fuck with that man's garden. Oh, I fucked up his eating, and he ate up my fucking. I didn't know the bastard was the kind that went for sucking. Well, I was in his garden, he was in my cornfield shucking. Now my wife is throwing
regn. Man ville næsten ønske, at det var sne, men så ville der jo selvfølgelig være trafikale udfordringer. I dag der er det gråt igen. Det er med regn, der trækker mod vest i løbet af dagen, så ja, gradvis bedring. Men her til formiddag der er der stadigvæk store dele af Jylland, der er påvirket.
Keep a working, Big Jim. You'll prove it by and by. Keep a working, Big Jim. Find out the reasons why. A few years ago, in the year of '63, a president was shot and he died. And the man accused of killing him was shot to death before he was even tried. Then the Warren Commission made us what should be the greatest moment of our time. Wrapped up the case and said it was the work of a one-watt mind. Keep a working, Big Jim. We hope you prove they're wrong. Keep a working, Big Jim. We're with you all day long. In shorter time than it takes to solve a simple theft case, they said they solved the crime of our time. Oswald was the man, they said he worked it all alone. No one conspired with him to plan the crime. Big Jim Garrison, a lawyer from New Orleans, didn't think the case was really solved. In his investigation, he's come up with a lie. He's gonna prove somebody else was involved. Keep a working, Big Jim. We wanna know the truth. Keep a working, Big Jim. The nation's watching you. Now, wouldn't it be something if the Warren Report